Here are 2 tips to make the Mac Dock a lot more useful. Let's find out what they are. Alright, so welcome back. So today's going to be a very short video. What I'm going to do is I have 2 tips that's going to basically help you make your Mac Dock, which is way down here, see it back here? It's going to make it a lot more useful. And when I say useful, you're going to kind of see what I mean. Now it's not going to be life-changing, or it's going to basically be one of those things that just helps you save a little bit of time here and there. Or maybe it's going to help people a little bit more than I thought. So you let me know in the comments. But what I want to do is just show you a couple different ways you can make that Mac Dock a little bit more useful that Apple doesn't really, bake into the kind of the version that they put out there for everyone. But it's a little simple trick here and there that you can make to it, and it makes it a lot nicer to use. And I'm going to show you what those are. So let's get into it. It's going to be a short video, like I said. Let's go. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with tip number 1, and let me know what you think about this one. So down here, if you look at your dock down here, you see in the right-hand corner, there's going to be some recent files that are opened up, and you'll see there's like a little line right here. This is the area that I want to concentrate on, so we're going to add some stuff down here that's useful. Let me go ahead and show you what I mean. So the first thing you want to do is you want to make sure you're actually just on your desktop. You want to go up to File, and then New Finder Window. Click on that. It's going to open up a Finder window, and then you want to go up to Go, and then from Go you want to go down to Computer. See it right there? Computer. Once you're in here, I can go ahead and make this easier to see, but I have a bunch of different hard drives. You want to select the one where all your files are on and your applications. In my case, most people it'll be the Macintosh one. I boot off an external drive, so for me it's this SSD 1 terabyte. Either way, click on the one that has all your apps on it. I'm going to click on that, and then you can see the applications folder here. So what you want to do is you want to take this, drag it, and put it over in this little area over here that I just showed you. So let's go ahead and see what that did. So it's got a weird icon there. That's actually one of the last applications that was, that I have downloaded or something. So don't worry about that yet. But if you click on this now, look at that. It opens up all your apps for you, and you can go ahead and launch any app really quickly without having to scroll or anything like that. That's kind of useful. Now, people are going to argue you can go down to Finder or Launchpad, I'm sorry, and do the same thing. Here you have to scroll and stuff. There it's a little bit quicker, but still it's not as nice. It's not what I'm trying to say is the final tip here. So keep with me. One thing I want to do is I just want to get rid of this icon. So go ahead and right click on it and just click Folder View here. And what that does is it's going to make it look like an applications folder now and not that weird icon. So now it's the same thing, but it has a better looking folder there. But to make this more useful, right click on that again and then go up to here, see where it says list, click on that, make this list view. And so now what I can do is if I click on this is the beauty. It actually looks like a Windows Launchpad, and you can go and launch any application really easily. They're basically in alphabetical order, and on top of it, the main advantage of this is you don't have to double click on anything to open it up. For example, look at utilities. If you just mouse over it, it'll open up the hierarchy, and you can drill down on it very easily. I don't have a ton of programs that have this. I have just a couple like Chrome, and I have a couple like utilities. But in any sense, you get the idea if you have some things like this, or you have folders in the application where you need to do that. So that's actually really cool. So now that's kind of like almost like a Windows thing where you can launch things super quickly. That's my tip number 1. I hope that one helps. All right, so the second tip is going to be similar to the first, but it's also different. And you're going to see what I mean in a second. So stay tuned and let's get into the second one. All right, now for tip number 2. So it's going to be very similar to the first tip I showed you, but this one may actually be a little bit more even useful. So what you want to do again is make sure in your desktop, go up to Finder and go up to File, and click New Finder Window. It's going to bring open, obviously, your Finder. What you want to do is over here on the left-hand side, you can see I'm on Recents, but go to Documents, actually Documents is where I want to be, so click on Documents. Now, over here, what you want to do is just grab this Documents folder. Don't be alarmed. It's going to disappear. It looks like it's going to be moving it, but it's not. So grab it. See how it's moving it there? And grab it and drag it all the way down to where, right next to the folder I just created for applications down there, right there, to the right of this line here. And there it is. As you notice, Documents stayed up here. It's not gone or anything like that, so don't worry about that. It's still there. And go ahead and just close that out. So now we have this Documents down here, and if you click on this is the beauty of this, and I'm going to show you again. You can kind of get the drift of this. You can do the very similar thing to your documents. Right now, it's not exactly that usable because if I click on it, all my documents are listed here, which is nice to get to, but they're kind of in this weird format, and it's just hard to find things. So I'm going to go ahead and click out of there. So my tip is the same thing. Go ahead back down to Documents, click on, right click on the folder again, right click on it, click List again. And let's go ahead and see what that does. So if you click on this now, after I did the list view, Look at that. So all your documents now are going to be listed just like this. So you can actually scroll through them. If you're at the top and you can see, I'm a little bit unorganized as you can see, but if you had some organization to folders and stuff, you'd see what they could do. So you have all of your stuff in here. And, obviously, if you scroll over any of this stuff, let's just go in here, you can see that there's this little hierarchy again acting. So if you do use a lot of folders, which you should be, and you click on something with the little arrow off to the right, you'll see that you can click on any folder, any file inside the folder right here. So it's very, very useful if you want to get to anything that you have inside of any folder or any file that you have in your downloads, or if you're even your documents folder. You can do this with downloads, you can do this with whatever you want, but in this case we're doing documents. So that's my tip. Those are my 2 tips to use it for applications and documents, and it's an easy way just to get to your apps really quickly, or get to your any type of files that you have on your computer very quickly, and very easy, takes 5 seconds to set up. And what do you think? All right, as you can see, those are very simple tricks you can do, but it does help quite a bit if you do them. So I always like to find things that are very easy to implement, that can actually save people time and sometimes money on other videos that I do on Mac stuff. This one's more time. It's just, how can you make that Mac dock a little bit nicer to use? I'm going to try to make more series of videos like this that are going to just be quick, 1 or 2 tips here and there, so you don't have to watch like a 10, 15, 20-minute video. And they're going to be very simple like this, and hopefully they'll help people out. But let me know in the comments if you guys have some other tricks for the dock down here. Maybe I'll make a video on them if I like them. So go ahead and post comments. Anyways, you guys know me. I make a couple of videos a week, usually maybe around 3 videos. I'm trying to somewhere in that range. If you guys can subscribe more and click the like button more, I can make more of these. Talk to you soon. Peace.